Movies about villains have generally been well received, whether it is 2019's Joker or 2018's Venom and its subsequent sequels. Not you, Venom: The Last Dance. Definitely not you.
Yeah. You do love me! No, I do not. You do! I do not. You do! I do not love you. Yes, you do. Not one bit. You do. Not you love me. No, not at all. You do. I do not. Not at all.
However, this genre can be hit or miss, and it is safe to say even a director like Shyamalan missed quite a lot of shots when he released the final entry of his trilogy, Glass, in 2019. This film is the conclusion to Shyamalan's superhero trilogy, following Unbreakable and Split, and despite being the weakest link, it challenges everything we think we know about the genre. As always, there will be spoilers from this point onwards, so be careful, and I would highly recommend that you watch our previous 2 videos before watching this one so it can make more sense. The opening scene of Glass sets a high-stakes, suspenseful tone, masterfully connecting the events of Split and Unbreakable. It begins with Wendell Crumb now fully inhabiting his beast persona, holding 4 cheerleaders captive in an abandoned factory. These cheerleaders are the latest victims of Kevin's warped ideology, which revolves around purification and the survival of those he deems broken. The beast views these young women as impure.
They're impure and you haven't done any suffering.
A direct reflection of his twisted belief in his own form of survival and dominance. At the same time, David Dunn, now known as the Overseer, has embraced his vigilante role, patrolling the city with the help of his son Joseph. Their security equipment store serves as the base for their operations, where Joseph monitors reports of criminal activity and guides his father to potential threats. When a series of missing persons reports lead David to investigate the industrial district, it becomes clear that Kevin is once again on the move, leaving a trail of destruction. David's pursuit of Kevin culminates in a tense and intense showdown, where he faces Kevin's multiple personalities before encountering the beast in a brutal fight. Their clash is raw and violent, with David's superhuman strength pitted against the beast's raw animalistic power. In the heat of the battle, David manages to free the cheerleaders, but the confrontation spills into the streets, drawing the attention of law enforcement. The scene concludes with both David and Kevin being subdued by a specialized police unit armed with non-lethal weapons designed to neutralize their powers. They are taken to Ravenhill Memorial Psychiatric Hospital, where the narrative shifts to the central conflict of the film. Here, the Overseer, the Beast, and Elijah Price, aka Mr. Glass, are brought together under the watchful eye of Dr. Ellie Staple, setting the stage for a tense psychological battle and a deep exploration of their identities and powers. The scenes at Ravenhill Memorial Psychiatric Hospital serve as a psychological battleground for David Dunn, Wendell Crumb, and Elijah Price, heightening the film's tension and uncertainty. David, now the Overseer, is confined to a clinical room designed to exploit his weakness, water. High-pressure jets reinforce his vulnerability, making escape nearly impossible. Despite the oppressive setting, David remains calm and vigilant, quietly assessing his surroundings for any chance to act. Kevin is trapped in a room with strobe lights that force his personality to switch rapidly, preventing the emergence of the beast. Through the conflicting voices of Patricia, Hedwig, and Dennis,
Por favor, señora. Mi corazón me duele con lo que de horror hizo.
the audience glimpses Kevin's fractured psyche as each personality struggles for dominance under the constant threat of the beast breaking free. Elijah Price, the genius known as Mr. Glass, appears sedated and limp in his wheelchair, yet his sharp gaze betrays a calculating mind that is silently orchestrating a plan. Beneath his stillness, Elijah's intellect remains anything but dormant, waiting for the opportune moment. Overseeing the trio is Dr. Ellie Staple, a psychiatrist aiming to discredit their superhuman beliefs with clinical explanations. David's strength is dismissed as coincidence. Kevin's transformations are attributed to dissociative identity disorder, and Elijah's genius is deemed obsessive delusion. Her methodical approach sows doubt, blurring the line between reality and delusion for both the characters and the audience. A pivotal group therapy session brings the trio together for the first time. Dr. Staple uses psychological tactics to challenge their perceptions. David's stoic silence contrasts with Kevin's chaotic personality shifts, while Elijah, feigning disengagement, subtly manipulates the dynamics. This session sets the stage for the unfolding psychological games as each character fights to maintain control over their identity and narrative. Casey Cook plays a pivotal role in Glass, serving as a vital link between Kevin Wendell Crumb's fractured personality and his potential for redemption. Having survived Kevin's abductions in Split, she holds a unique understanding of his inner turmoil and vulnerability. In the film's climax, Casey steps forward at a crucial moment, intervening in Kevin's struggle against his violent alter ego, the Beast. She reaches out to Kevin with empathy, reminding him of his painful past and the trauma that shaped him. This emotional appeal weakens the Beast's hold, helping Kevin regain control and showcasing Casey's transformation from victim to a survivor who can now help others heal. Beyond this personal connection, Casey's actions extend to a larger world-altering scale. After the battle at the psychiatric facility, she plays a key role in revealing the truth about superhumans. Determined to expose the existence of these extraordinary individuals, she ensures that the footage of the confrontation between David, Kevin, and Elijah is made public. This act undermines the shadowy organization's efforts to suppress the truth and brings the reality of superhumans into the open. Casey's intervention not only humanizes Kevin, but also propels the film's resolution, where the existence of superhumans is finally acknowledged by society, altering the course of the story and revealing the hidden forces at play. As the sessions progress, Elijah's apparent passivity gives way to a calculated, methodical scheme. Exploiting the facility's weaknesses, he manipulates staff and engages Kevin's dangerous personalities, especially Patricia and the Beast, to orchestrate a larger plan. David and Kevin grapple with doubts planted by Dr. Staple's arguments, only to have their resolve reignited by Elijah's unwavering belief in their abilities. Elijah's defiance begins when he disables his sedative drip, reclaiming his agency. Mentally alert, he meticulously observes the hospital's security flaws and treatment protocols, devising a strategy to free both David and Kevin. Through interactions with Kevin's personalities, particularly Patricia and the Beast, Elijah reinforces their belief in their powers, framing them as evolved beings destined to reveal the truth of their existence. He aligns their ideology with his vision, ensuring their cooperation. A turning point comes as Elijah sabotages the hospital's security system and hacks into its network, gathering critical information to execute his plan. His actions remain undetected by Dr. Staple and the staff, who remain complacent in their perceived control. Elijah's genius lies in his subtle manipulation, making him the invisible hand guiding events. The climactic revelation occurs when Elijah exposes Dr. Staple as an agent of a secret organization dedicated to suppressing superhuman abilities. Marked by clover tattoos, this group works covertly to conceal evidence of extraordinary humans, keeping society ignorant of their existence. Elijah's ultimate goal is not escape or personal glory, but to unveil this conspiracy and validate the existence of the extraordinary. Elijah's brilliance is highlighted by his misdirection. While all attention is on a supposed showdown at Osaka Tower, his real objective is to broadcast the events at the hospital. Using its surveillance system, he captures and releases footage of David and Kevin's abilities, forcing the world to confront the reality of superhuman beings. This twist redefines Elijah as not just a villain, but a visionary seeking to reshape society's understanding of the extraordinary. Earlier scenes gain new meaning in light of Elijah's plan. His indifference during Dr. Staple's sessions was a calculated effort to lower her guard. His interactions with Kevin were deliberate, designed to build trust and align goals. Even his complex relationship with David is reframed as part of a larger narrative about heroes and villains emerging in a world that denies their existence. The hospital's sterile, oppressive atmosphere heightens the psychological tension, symbolizing the constraints imposed on the characters. Elijah's growing control and Dr. Staple's diminishing authority create a boiling point, turning the facility into a crucible where destinies are forged. Elijah's Elijah's revelations and his masterstroke in Glass reshape the film's narrative, cementing his role as the trilogy's pivotal figure and transforming its premise entirely. The film's final act takes place outside Raven Hill Memorial Psychiatric Hospital, where Elijah orchestrates a climactic confrontation between David and Kevin in his beast persona, manipulating Kevin into believing they are destined to reveal their powers and pushing David to embrace his heroic role. Elijah sets the stage for a violent showdown. David's immense strength counters the beast's raw ferocity, creating a battle that embodies their superhuman abilities. However, the fight itself is merely a diversion. Elijah deceives everyone, including Dr. Ellie Staple, by suggesting the showdown will occur at the public Osaka Tower. This misdirection ensures attention is drawn away from the hospital grounds, where hidden cameras capture every moment. Elijah's true objective is to document undeniable evidence of their abilities and expose it to the world. The battle is interrupted by agents of a secretive organization dedicated to suppressing superhumans. Dr. Staple is revealed as a key operative of this shadowy group, marked by their distinctive clover tattoos. Their mission is to eliminate individuals who challenge the boundaries of human potential and to conceal the existence of superhumans to maintain societal balance. In the chaos, the organization exploits Kevin's vulnerability, killing him when he shifts into a weaker personality. David is subdued and drowned. His ultimate weakness succumbs to his injuries. Dr. Staple believes her mission is complete, confident that all evidence has been eradicated. But Elijah's brilliance extends beyond death. Anticipating the organization's suppression, he had already hacked the hospital's surveillance system, ensuring the footage of David's strength, Kevin's transformations, and their battle was transmitted to trusted allies: his mother, David's son Joseph, and Kevin's former victim Casey. United by their connection to the central characters, these three share the footage with the world, fulfilling Elijah's vision. The act redefines Elijah's character, transforming him from a villain to a visionary whose ultimate goal was to force society to acknowledge the extraordinary. His posthumous triumph dismantles the organization's secrecy, forever altering the narrative of heroes and villains in the world. The ending of Glass, where the heroes are killed, is strikingly different from typical superhero films in several key ways. Unlike most superhero narratives, where the heroes' deaths are temporary or come with some form of redemption or triumph, the deaths of David Dunn, Kevin Wendell Crumb as the Beast, and Elijah Price are final and irreversible. They are not the result of a climactic battle against a traditional villain, but are orchestrated by a shadowy organization that seeks to suppress superhumans, ensuring their existence is erased from public knowledge. This deviation from the usual hero-villain dynamic highlights the film's central theme of suppression and societal denial rather than the traditional triumph of good over evil. Additionally, the heroes' deaths symbolize a larger conspiracy, emphasizing the idea that society is unwilling to accept the existence of extraordinary individuals. While many superhero films feature heroes who are resurrected or live on through their legacies in Glass, the heroes' deaths are permanent, and their impact is felt only after they die. Elijah in particular achieves his ultimate goal subsequently, as his carefully planned footage revealing the truth about superhumans is shared with the world by those connected to him. Unlike the usual superhero plot where the hero's victories are celebrated in life, here the legacy is cemented after death, challenging the typical narrative arc. Furthermore, the deaths underscore the vulnerability of these otherwise extraordinary characters. David's death by drowning, exploiting his greatest weakness, water, reminds the audience of their human limitations, making the finale feel more tragic and existential. The deaths in Glass break the mold of traditional superhero storytelling, presenting a darker, more realistic view of heroes who are disillusioned not by villains, but by a society unwilling to accept them, and whose impact is felt only after they are gone. And that concludes our series of commentary videos deconstructing the twisted world created by Shyamalan. Despite being the weakest link, Glass is not as bad of a movie as it seems. It still conveys its message brilliantly and doesn't seem too lackluster. Thank you for watching this video. Please leave your favorite theories in the comments down below, and don't forget to like the video and also let us know what other movies or film theories you'd like us to cover. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.